Perfect.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome back to the newest edition of the Queens of Boxing Talk. I am Nik-J, and this is my player partner, Boxiana, the minute friend. It's looking blurry again today. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I have no idea. Let me run through some things. Let me do a couple of checks. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey. Y'all come on in the room. There is very much to discuss, okay? We were off on last Sunday, so we will be discussing and recapping the London Fatal Fury match. But what we gonna get into first and foremost is what we all just saw tonight. Listen, I'm waiting for my friend to get back because a lot has to be said, okay? A lot has to be said. We're going to discuss the place in which the event happened. We're going to discuss whether or not you guys were with it, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you felt like it fell flat, if it was flop to you. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the matches. We're going to talk about the build-up because we weren't even able to give you guys our picks for this card. So yeah, y'all come on in the room. I'm gonna take roll and see who's all up in the Queen's Court tonight. Sticks and Jabs is first in the class. Thank you, Sticks and Jabs. We have G McCall in the house. We also have Just K. Hey, Just K, long time no see. What's going down, Harvey Johnson? We have Davaris Hall in the house. We have Sean Terrence is here. Hey, Sean. Coach Amber, hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Pammy. Congratulations, y'all. Keisha Sellers, girl. How you doing? Marcus is here. Ambrose West is here. We have T9's boxing classes in the house. Nakia, make them threes. Corbin is here. How you doing, Specs? What's going on? D2? Yes, ma'am.
I got a house full of boys. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it be. A house full of boys. All right.
Okay. But you together now. D21519, Sam Seals is here. DP Rocka is in the house. What's up, TZ Frank? Quan, hey, how you doing? Eric O is here. Hey, mommy. How you doing? Jut is in the house. What's going down, Scarcities? EBK, Bionic Princess here. Hey, Bella, how you doing? Happy Valley Farms is here. Shaquelle, hey, girl. How are ya? I'm going to miss y'all tomorrow. Black Martial Arts.
That's right. I'll stand in. I'll fill in the gap. What's tomorrow? Wait a minute before I volunteer. What's tomorrow?
Oh, it's a gathering. It's a family gathering tomorrow.
Oh, wait, I'm close. No, wait. I got stuff to do. Okay. I ain't gonna.
It started again, friend.
I don't know what's going on. You know what? Let me see something. I'll be back.
Is it the weather? Because my weather is bad up here.
It's not the weather. It's probably me. Hold on. I'll be back.
Okay. Black Martial Arts Society. How are you? Murph Watkins. Hey, Murph, how you doing? Who else do we have up in here? Mo, 2013. How you doing? Who else is here? Michael Ray is here. Light Skin Business, Peace Be Free. Lyric 881. How you doing? Joe Townsend is in the house. What's up? MG is here. Who else is here? Kamara, how are you? Deontay Boone, how you doing? Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. There she is.
Okay. I ain't gonna move if I'm scared to move.
Okay. Don't move too much. There she is. Who else? Shogun 76, GD, pause. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Hit that like button on your way in, please. We do have much to discuss. We have a lot to get through tonight. So, what's up, Phenomenal Mexican? How you doing? Yeah. We're going to talk about it. So, what I want to know is, how did y'all enjoy the venue? Friend, how did you enjoy the venue?
I very much so did not like it. I hated it.
Tell us why.
Because don't have an event, and then nobody can come to it. And then how did Elmo get invited and nobody else got invited? When I was shocked. I was very much shocked to see Elmo in the crowd. I was like, is that Elmo? What Elmo know about boxing? But Elmo what?
Elmo know boxing?
I need to know what Elmo know about boxing. But more importantly, what kind of money do you have to block off a section in the middle of Times Square in the middle of the work week for just you and your homeboys? Like,
not
what?
even in the middle of the work week. We're talking about the start of a busy weekend at a very heavy destination location.
I was very much confused. Well, I wasn't confused, but I need to know, like, what kind of down payment was put to block off that amount of the city? $18 million.
Was it 18 million?
$18 million, allegedly. Have mercy. Friend, when I get rich, I ain't gonna tell nobody, but there will be signs. I might just block off a section of Times Square for me and my partners for a couple of hours. How crazy is that?
Listen. Scarcities, thank you so much. He's coming through with the first super chat of the night. He says, Perky Bussin', feeling like Elmo's work now. Scarcity.
Listen, we're not doing that. And we ain't.
Scarcities, lay off the drugs, baby. No.
You know, when you pull our drugs and Amy start leaving, don't make us kick you out of her.
Oh, Scarcities, lay off the drugs, baby.
We don't do them.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Go take an edible or something. Don't do no perks. Nah,
but I
do.
If there are people watching, if y'all could find out or get me in contact some type of way with Elmo, when did Elmo learn boxing? Did y'all see? I know people saw Elmo. I know I wasn't the only one to see Elmo.
I missed Elmo.
It was literally like a celebrity event. If you wasn't, and not like low celebrity, you know, you got YouTube celebrity people, and then you got like Instagram celebrity. These is ballers. The ballers were in attendance.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to say I hated it. I'm not gonna say I hated it. I'm not sure if it came off the way they made it seem it was going to come off. Because to us, to the majority of the public, I was thinking it was going to be visible from the street. And when they were first putting up the ring and stuff, it did look like it was going to be visible. But then it seemed like today they put up those red tarps that said the ring. Well, and it prevented people from seeing it from the street.
Here go the tea. there were people that they had invited out to come behind the tent, but they ended up kicking them out. Like, there were people that flew out to New York thinking they were going to be behind the tent watching the fight. Well, when the fights and stuff got ready to start, they moved them to the outside and made them get behind the barriers. Turkey closed the street off. Like, everything you saw, like, they were behind the barriers. Najee and them were behind the barriers where they were inside the tent initially.
Hey, Greg, how you doing? I hope your mom gets better, honey.
Yeah,
Yeah. I saw you talking about that before we came on, so I'm wishing her a speedy recovery. It's okay, James Roy. Y'all come on in. So yeah, okay. So this is my question. This is what I was confuseration about. We knew it was going to be a private event, invite only. So are you telling me the people that flew out were people who actually got invites? Or did they fly out just assuming they would be able to get in because they usually get in?
No, they were actually given. I've seen like a bunch of different posts and people talking about how they were invited, and I've seen like pictures. How I don't want to misquote his name on Twitter. How boxing works, if I'm not mistaken, behind the scene posting pictures from inside where like when nobody was in there, like the chairs, the setup. He was in there posting pictures. They kicked him out. Well, I don't want to say he was kicked out, but Najee was inside and they got kicked out. So
wait to hear the stories that come out of this to see how it happened. I'm glad it didn't rain because it was forecast to rain. Looks like we got the rain here in Houston, but yeah, Bella, I was thinking the red tarp had to go up too because it is New York City. You didn't want people just randomly around able to throw stuff in the ring and do craziness. So I don't know if this went off the way he imagined it would, but I will say this. I'm not going to knock his creativity. I'm not going to knock his spirit of creativity. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. You won't know until you try it. I just don't think I would have put. Well, actually, I was going to say I wouldn't have put a card of this magnitude in that space like that. But I mean, shit, it wasn't like there was a super duper exciting fight on the card anyway. Let me just say that. So, it was very interesting. I don't know if they will do that again, but I mean, I don't knock people for trying stuff. I really don't. And if you got millions and millions of dollars just to spend on doing something that we've never seen done before, then hey, knock yourself out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at the Friday fights. I'm not mad at how it was done. I just hate for like some of these fights. I know the fans would have been better with a crowd. Like you heard the crowd outside, but it's different. That's why people go to fights. It's the action and the crowd. The crowd makes it exciting when you're at the event. So like, I don't know, it just kind of like disturbed the vibe. But if that's going to be the new trend for boxing, I'm not mad at it either. Give me a nice setting, nice event. I think blocking off the middle of Times Square is awesome.
I wasn't mad at it. I don't know if they can improve upon it. I'm sure they can, but I wasn't mad at it.
Improvement. I didn't like the music tonight. The music tonight.
The music was not good.
No, too many New York artists out there for them to have been there, like big New York artists, for them to have been there. Like, I got what you were saying. I got what you were trying to do. I like the fighters arriving in the cars. I like the whole thing. There's a ton of kinks, though, that can be worked out. And if you're going to give me a concert, give me a concert from the people that's from the city that they're from. Like, we in New York, we know some New York artists. Give us that. The man on the drummer, I get it. That was for the musicians. That wasn't for me.
Yeah. Okay. Understood, though. I mean, if y'all are listening over at the ring, the people are speaking. Okay. These are just our observations of what was a very innovative type of fight card. So let's just go jump right on into it because we didn't get a chance to do the weigh-ins and the predictions. before the fight, friend, who did you have winning? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be brash, but we on a time table and we don't have time to be doing all the undercard people, the fireman and the police officer and the Asian guy and the other dude. So
great fights. Great fights.
Great fights. Who did you have winning Teo and Barbosa before the fight?
You know me. Despite the racial tension that Teofimo tends to bring, I'm a Teofimo fan. So, you know, I'm rooting for my guy to win the fight. But I need him to get humbled a little bit. So I kind of was rooting for Arnold to win this fight.
Okay, so how did you think? What did you think of the fight when the build up? You know, he and Barbosa were the ones who had most of the tension during the pressers and stuff. So, seemed like to me when it got to the this last week when they were face to face, it was less tension, probably because you know you're about to get into the ring. How did you feel about the performances from both gentlemen?
I was really surprised. I'm not going to necessarily call it. First, let me say this. I need them to get some ring announcers, commentary people that are going to give honest things of what's happening in the ring. I don't like when people are one-sided in a fight. It makes me like draw my attention off what's happening sometimes because I'm listening to more of what they're saying. I didn't like the pro Teofimo commentary. There was times that Arnold was landing on Teofimo and there was no commentation about what Arnold was doing. Arnold was doing a lot, but you heard a lot of, you know, he was slow and this, and the third, and this, and the third. And like, you know, y'all know how I feel about Antonio. I like Antonio on the mic. He said he tends to say some things sometimes though that upsets me, like Tim used to do. Tim used to upset me how Antonio upset me sometimes. Tim is working on it, but that's neither here nor there. I was expecting for Teofimo to fight on a higher level than he did today. He was getting hit with stuff that I didn't think Arnold should have been landing on him just because I know Teofimo is a fighter. Teofimo is a good fighter to me. His daddy is a drunk, and we need to get some things understood immediately. For that man to have fallen in the ring on his way into the ring, he was like, let me in here, let me in here. And then he got ready to get in the ring and he fell in. I was shook. I was shocked. I was everything because this is a big moment for your son in his hometown. Not going to leave that out. He fighting in front of his people. Why would you come in there like that? And it took him a while to go ahead, friend. Go ahead.
Before I just because I don't want to forget this, and you can finish what your thought was, but I have to know how you felt about Teo coming into that last presser with the wrestling mask on.
I'm here for the antics. I love a good antic. I love antics. So whatever it is to make yourself do what it does. Teofimo needs a new trainer immediately. His daddy is ruining his career. I hate that for him because Teofimo is a better fighter than what he's portraying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm better in my relationship with God. And I just want to tell y'all, I appreciate these fighters getting up here, like doing what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell everybody how to go on their walk, but for them to get up and dedicate what they doing to a higher power, y'all should be like really taking some notes because it's time to be opening your eyes. But that's neither here nor there. Teofimo needs some help, and he needs a lot of help. I saw a clip today, and it was some girl in Teofimo's camp like talking crazy to Bud, and I'm really confused. I don't think y'all don't know that Bud's women family can fight. And I can't tell you go do your research, but I should.
What's the store, Coach Amber? What was the store?
Coach Amber's in here.
I know. What was the store?
Yeah.
That she was at.
The dollar. That's all I'm gonna say. The dollar. I don't think she knew or she know anything about the women in Bud's family.
That's who that was? That was Teofimo's sister?
Oh, well, she just don't know. If Bud's sister was anywhere around, and I'm talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Google that.
Y'all can find out for yourselves. Damn. Find out for yourselves. Either way, the women in his family can also fight. I recommend you never running up on him like that, because that's just not safe for you. And be safe when you're saying things. Like, I get wanna like hype the stuff up. I get that. But you don't do that. Cause they'll beat you up, ma'am, for real, like, and not think twice about it, just because you got too close. So that's neither here nor there. Teofimo needed. I was expecting more from Teofimo. Arnold was able to land on Teofimo in a way that I didn't think he should have been able to land on him. Teofimo needs a new trainer because his dad is a drunkard. And that's all. That's it, friend. I would like to see something else for him. I want him to move up. Go up to 147. Go up to 154 and chase Bud. I want you to get that Bud fight real bad now.
I don't think T.O. is. I don't think T.O. I really don't think T.O. is fit to move up to 147. I think 147 is probably too big for him.
Yeah, so friend, go up. I want him to fight Bud. I want him to chase that 147 down, because Bud will come down. I don't think Bud is going to be stuck at whatever weight, because I just think he's that guy to move up and down like he is. That's just me, friend. But all I'm telling you is go ahead and move up to 147. Call out Boots. Call out.
Well, that's what they say Mr. Al-Sheik wants to make. That's the fight they say he wants to make.
I tell you what, y'all thought his daddy was drunk tonight. Let him get in there in Boots and see what happened. We'll never see Teofimo again. They make that fight. And like, I love Teofimo. Teofimo fights up to his competition sometimes. I'm disappointed in that, because I know the fighter that Teofimo is. He didn't show that tonight at all. He was just.
But you do still think he won the fight?
I mean, no doubt. I don't think he lost. I don't think Arnold did enough to beat him. Arnold was landing on it, but
okay. Well, I was still at work. Y'all know my days are long, so I was still at work when the car got started, and I was like, Lord have mercy, I'm gonna be at work watching the fight. How am I going to do this and continue to work? Anyway, we made it work. Shout out to Boxiana the Menace. So I didn't get to see the beginning of the T.O. fight. When I got to watching the fight, T.O.'s eye was in trouble. It looked like his eye was swollen, and it had, some damage was done to that eye. And T.O. has been in a few fights where his face and his eye and his nose have taken some damage. So I didn't get to see his fight. I couldn't really critique it. But I didn't see anybody saying that he lost the fight or that it was a close fight. But listening to the commentary, like you said, towards the end, they made it seem as though he pitched a shutout. So I'll have to go back and watch the Teofimo fight and see, what he looked like and see what's next for him at this point. Because like I said, they were saying during the telecast that Turki Al-Sheik wants to make the T.O. versus Boots Ennis fight. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I wouldn't recommend it for him, but we shall see. The other thing that I did want to say, I just wanted to rewind and go back. I don't know if a lot of y'all caught the pre-fight show with Pat McAfee, but Pat McAfee actually had Turki Al-Sheik sit down with him and Booker T at the desk. And they were having a conversation about everything and, how the planning and stuff came along. And he made a very bold statement. And I thought it was so interesting, and because nobody else has talked about it. He made a very bold statement. And I don't think he knew. I don't know. He may have known exactly what he was saying. But he prefaced it and started to speak on it. And he said, I really don't like to talk about religion and stuff. I don't really like to get into that. And proceeded to say, and I'm paraphrasing, this is not verbatim, but he said that, the heavyweight division and basically boxing is a better for the sport when the heavyweight champion is black. He said, you know, if you're from the 60s and the 70s, you know, you remember Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and da-da-da-da-da-da. I said, oh. And it was so funny because you could see the uncomfortableness on the face of Pat McAfee when he said it. There's like, how do you transition from that? Anyway, I just thought that was very interesting that he put that out there like that. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so moving right along. And I agree with you, friend. I loved how they had the fighters coming in the cars, in the taxis, in the trucks, in the Batman cars, all of that. It was thought out. It's just a few kinks that need to be worked out. But we're going to the second fight of the night. Fight that I was most interested in. No surprise to any of you. We are huge Devin Haney fans on this page. So I was very interested to see how our guy was going to look coming off a year layoff and the damage that he took in the Ryan Garcia fight. Now, I text my friend immediately, and I also put it on Twitter, I think maybe after round 3 or 4, that I did not like what I was seeing. I did not like it. And it wasn't that he did anything wrong, but it just looked as if he was jittery. It looked like his timing was off, and I'm speaking about Devin Haney. He looked jittery. It looked like his timing was off. It looked like he was avoiding being hit at all costs. It looked like Shakur versus De Los Santos 2.0. Now, initially, I was like, come on, Dev, you can't. But then I had to stop myself. And my good brother 7-8 had to bring me back in. He was like, Nik, this is his first fight back out. Because I was like, where is your jab? Devin, where is your jab? He wasn't jabbing at all. But 7-8 said, no, Nik. Ramirez is waiting for his jab so that he can hook off of his jab. So he's not giving him that. So he's making Ramirez work. And in making Ramirez work, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't catch up to him. Devin's his footwork was phenomenal tonight. I would have wanted him to throw more punches, but I have to understand. I had to get in my head that he's not trying to get caught. That's what he ain't trying to do. What he's trying to do is win the fight so he doesn't mess up anything moving forward. So a win is a win, in the words of the Raiders coach, old owner. Hey, just win, baby, win. And that he did. He basically pitched a shutout. Ramirez maybe won 2 or 3 rounds during this whole fight. But again, like my friend always says, ring rust is detrimental. In that whole year layoff, we saw it in both of the closing fights. Friend, how did you feel about that fight?
I mean, for one, I love Devin, but I want him to give him some shoes that he can fight in. That is not.
This is like the 3rd or 4th fight.
Friend, it's the 5th. It's the 5th. I want him to get him some shoes that are comfortable for him, that he thinks that is a little bit cute, and box in those. Because every fight is something with those shoes. Every fight is something. He performed well, minus the ring rust. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad at it, but I'm not mad at it. I understand. He fought like he'd been out of the ring for some time. So, I want to say maybe round 8, round 9, he kind of like picked up a little bit, caught a rhythm a little bit. The shoes kind of bothered me, friend. I couldn't concentrate on nothing else after we had an issue with the shoe. Anything that Devin do, somebody gonna have something to say about it. And bar for bar is gonna be probably something negative. Anything he could have done, it wouldn't have been good enough. There's some things that need to be worked on. I ain't sure what happened. Once Devin, and because we have to be honest, because I want to be on ESPN, so I'm gonna give y'all what you come here for. You come here for unbiased opinion. There are some things that need to be worked on. Before Devin got in the ring, he looked huge. The first time that he got hit, he kind of like he shrunk down in the ring, and I noticed it. And like he was small all of a sudden when it wasn't. I ain't gonna say it wasn't like he wanted it to, but it wasn't like he wanted it to. Like once he got hit that first time, he was like, "Man, fuck! I gotta go into this shit a different way. I didn't want to fight like this." And that's how he fought the rest of the night. Like, I don't want to fight like this. I wanted to do something different, but he had to go with that game plan because that game plan was gonna win him the fight. If he would have fought the plan that he wanted to fight, he was gonna lose. That's just the honest thing about it. So he was able to make adjustments, something y'all said that he cannot do, that he was unable to do with it against Ryan Garcia. He made the adjustment to notice that, hey, this is what I got to do to win the fight. Y'all not gonna like it. Y'all don't like boxing because if somebody that's coming off a loss isn't stopping their opponent, y'all got something to say about it. So regardless, whatever Devin would have put out for y'all, you would have had an issue with it. Did I like the performance? Not necessarily. Do I like the adjustments that were made to win the fight? Absolutely, because I needed to see Devin can still make some adjustments. Are there some things that need to be worked on? Absolutely. Everybody got something to work on now. But I'm not here to kill nobody that's been out of the ring for a year. Come back, make a good name for yourself, and move on to the next thing. Now, if he would have lost, we'd be having a different discussion. He won the fight, and it wasn't a fight that he was cheated. He didn't cheat to win. It wasn't a fight that they just gave Devin. He was getting beat on. Like, it just was one of them ones. Like, he needed a get back fight. He got it. Let's move on to the next thing. Regardless, if he would have shut him out, y'all would have said Devin on the juice. He on the snack pack this time. Look, he stopped it. Regardless, it would have been something. So again, there's some things to work on. Absolutely. Did I like it? No. Oh well. What we on?
I agree with you, friend, and I want to piggyback off of one thing that you said because it is so true. You said I could tell he was working on some things in the ring, and so it looked like a sparring session is really what it looked like. But again, taking into consideration for this fight, Shane Mosley was in his camp a lot. And so it looked like he was trying to implement some things that he was working on in training camp. However, he was also trying to make sure he didn't get caught with nothing. So I could see that his mind was working in the ring. And to have your mind working in the ring, trying to implement new things that you've learned while you're getting punched at the same time, it can make for a boring night sometimes. But at the end of the day, and I hate the phrase at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, the goal is to get the W. And I gladly take this W versus listening to fans trying to prove a point and then getting caught with something that you have no business getting caught with, and then you find yourself in trouble. So I think the lesson that I got from this is that he learned his lesson from his last fight. Tune out the noise from the crowd, especially your critics, because they will never have anything good to say because they don't like you anyway. And there's nothing you can do to change that. He did just that. He won a fight, easy fight. Ramirez should be happy because he didn't take any damage either. He can live to fight another day. Devin clearly didn't take any damage. He set himself up for another fight, and he needs more activity. This is his first time taking this much time off, so I see him getting back in the ring sooner rather than later, and it probably won't be against Ryan Garcia, and I really don't care. because let's just go ahead and get to that fight. Let me read this super chat because it's right on time with what we're about to talk about. Marcus, thank you so much for the $20. He says, wait. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Queens, what did y'all do to Rolly? After meeting the Queens of Boxing Talk, he's been a different Rolly. Look at the results. Salute Queens, aka Boxing Whisperers. Yeah, we're going to get into Rolly in just a second. We have another super chat. Thank you, Tevis. Tevis Smith came up $10. He says, I was sitting here watching Devin thinking to myself, I don't know if I want to see this version of him fight Ryan. But we see he's trash without the Osterin. And let's just get right on into it because, honey, I know you have a lot to say. Thank you, ATL Unanimous Boxing Sports. Salute to the Queens. Hey. Yeah, my friend got a lot to say. And let me just say this before we get to the Ryan and Rolly fight. I turned, after round 2, I turned the volume down on the commentary because Catfish Face and Woman Beater had it in.
Oh, ma'am.
For Devin. Yes, they did. Catfish Mouth.
We trying to get to ESPN.
They had it in for Devin, and it was clear as day. Now, when you come on our channel, we tell you directly we are fans of who we are fans of because we are boxing fans. Those gentlemen are on TV. They're being paid. They're supposed to be non-biased when they present, okay? That's clearly not what they were, and I was offended, okay? I was completely offended. Lie to me. Don't get up on there and let the whole world know, basically, that I didn't like it. He didn't even try to hide it. I mean, it wasn't even a minute good into the first round where, Catfish was like, what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop calling this minute. He did, though. He made it unbearable to listen to. You're a boxer, so I expect more from you. Even if you don't like what you're watching, you supposed to have a little bit of tact and decorum about your delivery. And he didn't really have none, and I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. And I might be a little biased, but I don't care. I ain't like it. I didn't like his delivery at all. Yeah, and Jim, you might need to crawl back under that rock that you came from under.
And Sean Terrence, you finna follow him under that rock. And you'll be there like Rolo. And you'll take a Rolo vacation, Sean Terrence. That's where you on your way to.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he hurt my feelings too, Kay. I was a little bit taken back. And I be trying my best. Because it may come a time where we run into some people. But that just pissed me off, and I don't mind telling him that. I don't mind telling him that at all.
Well, over here at the Queen's Boxing, we gonna keep it honest. The commentary was ass tonight, and I'm gonna continue to keep shooting my shot. That y'all need new commentators, and my thing is this: like, there are some excellent commentators, but when people are listening to the fights, like, they want people that are calling the fights with them that are fans as well. Like, I don't want to hear your one-sided ass assessment. Your one-sided ass assessment is turning me off as a fan. Nobody wants to hear it. And again, we went through this issue with one of our now good friends. Like, it took a while for us to get here, but it was a repeated cycle of, you got to switch some shit up. Like, people want to hear you be honest, but they want you to cheat, but they don't want you to cheat. Like, they don't want you to get caught. That's the thing. Like, y'all have to liven it up a little bit, but you can't make it too live like what we're doing. You got to make it live, but not too much to where people are like, oh God, this is offensive. I can't listen in, or I can't watch this. It can't be like that, you guys. Like, it was just like with Teofimo. It was a lot of Teofimo. He's looking, and he wasn't looking in those times where they were saying, Teofimo, you're looking. It was a lot of weirdness. And like
Yanking.
Rolly wasn't getting his credit. Rolly was doing a fantastic job. And Rolly didn't get any credit at all. At all.
They started trying to give Roddy credit. And it wasn't necessarily Jim and Tarver. Who was the other gentleman, the third gentleman that was on the panel?
I don't even know. But it got to the point where it was, they could not act like
Correct.
Rolly was winning the fight. Ryan had lost the fight at that point. So they didn't have but to act like Rolly was now winning the fight. It was inevitable.
Correct. ATL, thank you so much. He came back. He said straight up, they was deep throating Ryan. Well, indeed. Okay. Phenomenal Mexican, thank you so much. He says Joe Rogan and DC do a great job over at the UFC. Yeah, they do.
And it's a little spicy, but it's classy as well. You know what I'm saying? You get a little bit of both worlds, because sometimes when the action is happening, they catch you off guard and a word or two slip up because they are actually caught up in the action. As fans, that's what we should want to see from our commentators. Somebody that's actually in the action. They're excited for the action. They're telling you what's happening. I want to watch somebody telling me about the fight that's just as excited for me to watch it.
Exactly. I don't go into it with a preference, and that's so true about the UFC. Whoever getting their ass whooped over there, it's like whoa, woo. They are. It's like we're listening to other fans call the fight, and whoever's winning is just winning at that point. Thank you so much, Coach Amber. She says, like DJ or not, he was on the money with the elbow punch, but he should have told him to do it from the outside. But he was mic'd up, so I get it. So he was trying to advise him to cheat. Is that what you saying, Coach Amber? Scarcity is from EBK. He says, Ryan ain't have no more stems. Got his ass beat. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Tevin Smith, thank you so much. He came back. He said, yeah, the nerve of Tarver, because we ain't forgot his performance against the old man Hopkins. Say it louder for the people in the back. Okay? Yeah. You know, I really don't like him no way, because I still have a hard time with that Roy Jones Jr. I just, okay. Anyway, thank you so much, Bert Weezy. He says the CompuBox numbers looked weird in the Ryan Rolly fight, didn't it? And did you see how they tried to make so much, make it such a big deal about Devin and Ramirez, and then Rolly and Ryan came right behind them and did worse? Go ahead, friend.
I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but there was one point in time they were using an AI to call the fight.
Judge.
The AI had Ryan winning the fight. Like it was like 10 across the board and 9 for Rolly across the board. I was like, after the knockdown? What's crazy? Can you imagine if we start letting AI call fights? And this AI had Ryan Garcia winning this specific fight? What? You guys, everybody's getting cheated. Everybody
would get cheated. Absolutely. Phenomenal Mexican, thank you so much. He says Joe knows what he's seeing. He trains the craft. Exactly. But that's why I expect more from people that sit at the desk that have actually boxed. I expect more from them. Todd French 200. Todd French 600 with the $2. He says no Austrian at the commentary table as well, huh? Cook. Yeah. I still ain't never got over this. I'm gonna always have a side eye with Tarver. I'm gonna always have a side eye. Yeah. Anyway, so listen, Ryan Garcia. Where do I start? So go ahead, friend.
No, I was just saying he's a cheater. He needs the juice to get him up, friend. Oh God, that sounded so perverted. He needs the juice to get him up. He can't play without the juice, friend. It's no.
I just would like all the Ryan Garcia cheerleaders, supporters, folks that are in denial to come on up front, because I need to talk to y'all real quick. Seriously, like I'm not joking. We need to have a real conversation, because it's been a year. You guys have had an entire year to play crazy, to be in denial, to act like if it, first of all, the Austrian was a lie. They what's the word I'm looking for? They framed him. It was the ashwagandha. No, it was Bill. How did Devin Brothers know that I was gonna pop dirty? It was Victor Conti. The man has given us about 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 different reasons why the drug was in his system. But his fans have eaten up everything he said and have been in staunch denial. It was only a little itty bitty teeny weeny teensy weensy bit. It didn't help him. It didn't do anything. That's what you guys have been saying and crying and whining for this past year, accusing fans and accusing boxers who've never popped dirty, trying to, just shift the blame where it belongs. The blame belongs to Ryan Garcia and nobody else, okay? Nobody else. He knew exactly what he was doing. And I just want to go back to the last press conference and say kudos, Bill Haney, because Bill asked the pertinent questions. And listen, y'all know that, Derek James is from my hood, OCA all day long. But Bill asked the question that needed to be asked. Is Derek James going to be a part of this weight cut? Derek James, did you, were you in on it? Basically,
Derek James finna get fired. That's what's finna happen. Derek James,
because I have those questions as well. I feel a way about him rejoining the camp, but people tell me, how y'all gonna be mad at that man for making his money? Okay, cool. If you can deal with what you're dealing with to get that mighty dollar, go right ahead. I know bills got to get paid. Cool. But it was so funny because at the open workout, I saw Henry up on the canvas of the ring along with Ryan and Derek, who absolutely heard him say again to Bill with your nappy headed self. Said it again this week, okay? And you standing right there. So you eating all of it, okay? But I thought it was very, very well said and well put that Bill asked the question specifically of Derek James, and it was telling that he did not have a response. He did push the microphone away from his mouth. Didn't say a mumbling word, not a meet, when that question was asked. So I thought it was very interesting. Ryan had a very different octave of voice this go around. His body looked different this go around. So I just would like for all of the Ryan Garcia supporters and folks that are in denial to come forward today. Tell me and the rest of the folks in the chat who have common sense, tell us why you still believe that he was not on any kind of drugs and that the Austrian was planted and that it didn't have any effect on him. Please tell me. Please, somebody. I'm waiting. Somebody? No, nobody? Oh, okay. Yeah, and you know what, Black Martial Arts Society? I thought it was very telling also because they cut him some slack. They said the nandrolone initially, but then they came back and said in the second finding, they didn't find nandrolone. It was nandrolone in the system too. I just want y'all to know that. I truly believe that to be true. Truly believe that to be true. Rolly Romero, I have been saying this whole time Ryan would probably win, but I was hoping and praying that Rolly could do the unthinkable. I was hoping and praying for Rolly to show us what he got. And I really truly believe that going up to 147 was beneficial for Rolly. He came in looking ripped, looking good, looking strong. Go ahead.
Well, hearsay say Rolly had a fantastic camp. What fantastic camp was had on Rolly's behalf. And you could tell he looked. The first thing that Rolly did, and I don't know how well anybody paid attention to the fight, the first thing that Rolly did was take that left hook away from Ryan. Ryan could not throw that left hook efficiently at all. Rolly, and I saw a lot of people say, they came to me, they were like, it's because Rolly awkward. It was a lot of excuses of why. But then I got to think back. Like, y'all consider Ryan, we're going to put Ryan Garcia in this box that y'all say elite. That's what y'all call Ryan Garcia elite, right? In this box. But Rolly Romero has been stopped by lesser fighters. I'm going to ESPN. I'm taking my friend with me. Y'all listen to me. Here we go again. Elite. Ryan Garcia is in this box, elite. Rolly Romero is over here that has been stopped by fighters less than elite, because we're not calling Isaac Cruz elite. We're not calling Barroso elite. We're calling Ryan Garcia, which is one of the four kings. Ain't that what we call them? Four kings. Rolly successfully took Ryan Garcia's main punch away from him.
And caught him with his own left hook.
And caught not just one time. Rolly was throwing punches like a Tekken fighter. Rolly was throwing punches in multiples, and Ryan Garcia did not have an answer for them. I was very confused. I'm just saying, cousin, they do. They were saying Ryan Garcia was elite.
That's what they were trying to make y'all believe.
They were trying to make him an elite. When he beat Devin Garcia, he stepped into the
Devin Haney.
I'm boy, girl, listen, I'm rolling it all together. When he stopped that, when he fought Devin Haney and he beat Devin Haney at the time before we found out he was on drugs, y'all, they moved him into the elite. So when I say that, I'm saying that because they were considering Ryan Garcia an elite boxer. I saw y'all, and y'all were shitting on Devin Haney in the name of Ryan Garcia. I remember. Now we got to look at Rolly differently, because remember I told y'all something about that chin. And we want to say, we always like to take tape. Well, Tank stopped him. Tank stops 90% of his fighters. So we're going to take him, and just for now, we're going to move him up here, right? We're going to take Tank and move him to the top, okay? Rolly's chin has not changed at all. It's still the same chin, because Ryan Garcia hit him and kind of him a little bit, but Rolly was able to gather himself. Go ahead.
You know why? I think two reasons why. He's stronger and his punch resistance is better at 47. And the Austrian was missing.
We all know at this point, again, and I people that are new to this channel, if you go back and listen to the shows, I'm big on what people think, and I say the stuff that people won't say out loud. They want you to cheat. They don't want you to get caught. What was supposed to happen with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? Ryan was supposed to beat Devin. He wasn't never supposed to get caught on the stuff. But since he got caught, you got that attached to your name now. Now that every time we see you and you don't perform well, like when we started looking at Oscar Valdez, when we found out he was on the tee, we put him under the microscope and started looking at all these fights. We're going to start doing the same thing to Ryan Garcia now. Ryan Garcia is under the scope because now we see how you perform when you ain't on the juice. And when you was in the Juicy J crew, when you fought Oscar Duarte, when you fought
Fortuna.
I didn't want to mention the Fortuna fight because then I'll be a hater. But we start putting you under this scope, Ryan Garcia. Now we're looking at you. I see you, and it looked like you ain't got that good stuff in your system no more, and you're not that guy. He didn't even look as fast as he normally looked. The one thing that Ryan Garcia has that I've always said that he has is speed.
Bad boy was gone.
It was not there tonight. Like by the time round 7 come, I was looking at him. I was like, he looked tired or something. Like he just didn't look. He looked defeated by the time round 9 and 10 came. I was like,
you know why?
Yeah,
he knew he couldn't do nothing with Rolling.
There's nothing and then the commentary, they and I know the boxers can't hear the commentary, but we can. And they kept trying to like talk life into him from the commentary booth. It's never happening, you guys. We look crazy. Let's just put an end to this. Like, Ryan got one more fight. If he looked like he looked tonight in this next fight, he getting the job. We're not wasting no time. We're not giving him no time to prepare, go back and revamp some stuff. I used to think Caleb Plant had a issue with his tank. Caleb Plant went back and redid some work. I don't have that issue about him anymore. But like, I don't know. Ryan Garcia didn't look like the Ryan Garcia that I'm used to seeing in them last couple of fights. When he fought Oscar Duarte, I was like, boy, say, he might be on something. Like, for real. Mm-hmm. And then he in the car crying tonight. You can't get beat and then get in the car and cry like that. And you know.
Wait, he cried? Because I stopped watching, friend. He cried in the car?
Baby, he was in the car boo-hooing. How, you remember when and Baby
I know.
went to ride. I talking about he don't love me no more.
You is lying to me.
He was in the car saying he don't love me no more. I'm not bullshitting.
Somebody, friend.
Hold on.
Don't make me laugh hard like this online.
Just hold on.
Oh my God. Coach Amber, thank you so much. She says Rolly trained well for the fight. His hand was glued to his cheek all night long. Yes, it was. Listen, let me tell you something about Rolly. Rolly started fighting at the age of 16. So he is behind the 8 ball. He has taken some losses. He has had some very questionable wins. But
no, not right now. We're not talking about that. Pick your phone up right now. Pick your phone up right now and check your Twitter. Rolly Romero had Ryan Garcia crying in the car like his baby daddy had left him 2 months postpartum. The tears that were forming were big crocodile tears. Rolly?
Baby! That is...
And Boxing Gyms, I see you. Rolly was doing some fantastic inside work. And I really, honestly, I don't even think that we really understood what we were seeing tonight. Rolly Romero looked like a totally different fighter with that still awkward, whatever was done in the camp tonight. If you're following us on Twitter, Ryan Garcia is crying as our last tweet. So if you're
I've got to put this up. I'm going to try to put this up because, baby, y'all need to see this because I didn't know. Oh, my goodness. Friend, y'all.
We need to have some conversations. Like, but like, I don't know if it was the losing. I don't know if it was losing to Rolly. I don't know.
How you go from cheating Devin Haney to getting beat by Rolly Romero. If I'm going to lose to somebody, I would much rather lose to a Devin Haney who people know or, who was an undisputed champion versus.
It's a humbling experience for somebody. You know what's crazy? And the fact that they have a mutual opponent that they both lost to by stoppage in common. makes this even worse. Tank stopped both of them. For Rolly
Child.
to come and beat Ryan Garcia, this makes Ryan Garcia's loss to Tank look worse than Rolly's loss to Tank.
Okay, y'all, wait a minute. Wait. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is hilarious. Wait a minute. Let me. Okay. Can you see this, friend?
Absolutely. I can see it, friend. Wait.
Okay. Do y'all see this? Do you see that?
You know what? The one thing about life, it involves that a lot of people don't think that they're gonna meet till it's their time. Karma, I don't know if you're in here, but karma is the biggest bitch that you'll ever meet in your life. When karma comes back to see you, it come back in a way that you didn't think it would come, and typically it comes back to embarrass you. This is the most humbling experience Ryan Garcia will ever have in this lifetime. To lose to Rolly Romero that's top tier.
I
That
want to know if he ran to the car like old boy did on Friday.
friend, look how he's sitting there shaking. He really tried. He really like his bottom lip is quivering.
Whose hand is that on his shoulder trying to calm him down? Who is that? Who is okay? It's okay, Ryan. It's okay.
They're probably crying too, friend.
Baby, one thing about them tables, you show all right, Pablo Escobar, honey, they gonna turn. Let me get this line crying bastard off my.
What makes it even worse is, and I know why he feeling the way he feel. It's not the fact that he lost. He lost and he didn't beat him up that bad. Like Ryan physically isn't fucked up.
No,
it's all in his head, friend. That's what makes this worse. The fact that every last one of his feelings, he might hurt a little bit in his body. His mind is insane with feelings right now, friend.
baby, that baby feelings is hurt. Do you hear me?
I tell you, I had figured out that Rolly had won, friend. I went in my room and closed the door and I shed a little tear because I just felt in my spirit that this was supposed to happen the way it was supposed to happen.
I have been talking it up all week. I swear I have been talking it up all week. I hope Rolly does the unthinkable.
And did you see De La Hoya? He went in the background. He was so out. You and your Botox. He gonna have to go get a real appointment tomorrow, friend, because he was so messed up. He had frown lines, friend. When he go look in the mirror, he gonna be, oh, this bitch that messed up my face, baby. Shoot me up right here. Give me two of them right here, friend. He was so upset. But good. I want him and Bernard to get some because the one thing I wanted Bernard to be disappointed too. Because
Bernard.
When Ryan took his first loss, they left him. And they thought that he was going to get in there tonight and beat the shit out of Rolly Romero. Ha, 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 ha. You're not invited inside.
Turkey said, and shame on Turkey. And shame on Turkey for making that the main event.
Did you see Turkey?
I did. I didn't see him after the fight, though.
Oh, baby, listen, when I tell you, I know he was saying I came all the way over here to America and paid my homeboys $18 million to block off this street, and you embarrassed me. Cut his hands off, Turkey. Cut him off. Cut him off at the wrist. $18 million ain't no chuck change. Get him on the tables and get him right at the wrist. Take his hands back home with you. Put him in a jar.
One job.
Just one.
You had one job. And I put you in the ring with the one somebody that you should have been able to beat.
Rolly is you know what's crazy? Rolly is the one person that everybody that think they can beat because he's been beaten so many times. They just think automatically Rolly,
He's trash. Rolly's trash. That's what they always say. Rolly's trash.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And he messed around and outboxed the person with the amateur career. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Listen, shout out to Rolly Romero. Shout out to Rolly Romero, friend of the show. He talked a lot of shit about Devin Haney, but that's between them. Whatever that is, that's on them. I would love to see them fight each other. But shout out to Rolly Romero, because even in his losses, I saw him after he lost to Pitbull Cruz. I saw the fight he had after he lost to Pitbull Cruz, and he won the fight. But it just seemed like the fight had been beat out of him from previous fights. So I do want to send a sincere shout out to him just for keep getting better, keep grinding, because fans, you listen to fans will have you thinking that one loss is the end of your career. 2 losses is the end of your career, when really that's not the case. These people are moving up and down in weight. Some weights suit them better than others. Some weights, they're at lower weight classes and they're drained and they don't have the punch resistance. Sometimes they go up higher weight classes and the people up there are just too big. So shout out to Rolly for staying resilient, for coming in the game behind the 8 ball, but still being able to compete. Okay. But this is also what happens to people who do not stay diligent, who do not stay in the gym, who do not get better with their craft, who take stuff for granted, who think that, you know, a cute face is enough, who think that, you know, a huge social media following can get the job done. Yeah, no. Yeah, those who cheat and think that it's okay. Yeah, no. No. You may have a minute. You may have a moment. But yeah, God don't like ugly. And I don't care which God you serve. He don't like ugly. Okay? And all that foolishness that you've been doing for this entire year slapped your ass across the face today. And I was so happy to see it. I'm going to read some super chats and we're going to get back on his crying lying ass. Tevin Smith says, it says a lot that this was the first time he was on a 365 drug testing and he gave us this performance. Rolly actually outboxed Ryan, which sounded impossible before we saw it. Exactly, Tevis. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Who else do we have? Todd French, thank you so much. Todd came back. He says, did Tank weight drain Rolling?
Every one of Tank's opponents move up, but we're moving on. Let's move on. Did you see Shakur?
I did see Shakur and Zepeda, and I can't wait for that fight.
That what he got going on, and I like Shakur, too handsome of a young man to be looking how he look. What's going on? I know you too handsome. I know you think Annie don't like you or whatever. You too handsome to be out there looking like you look. He remind me of my son, friend. So when I see him, I expect him to look a certain way when I see him.
Friend, what was wrong with his look tonight?
No, clean up. Your face too nice for you to have the grizzly bear up into your eyebrow. Like, I ain't like it.
Flashy Boy 1313. Oh, Flashy Boy 313. He says, please give Ryan 2 jobs. He need 2. You think he need 2 jobs?
Ryan is going to get an opportunity to get back in the ring. He's going to get an opportunity. Everybody get one fight before they get a job. Teofimo pull that shit again that he pulled tonight. Teofimo going to have a job. I don't care if he win or not his next fight. He's getting a job.
He's going to be a dental assistant so that he can get
the trainer. He needs to get his daddy off the booze. His daddy fell into the ring on the way in and was like, oh, shit. Ooh, let me put my wig fell off. I was like, this is so embarrassing. And I can't get my mind off of it because I know the type of fighter that Teofimo is. I'm big on Teofimo, regardless of this, friend. I hate the way he act, but
boxing wise,
I don't like his out of the ring antics and the shit that he be trying to do. I don't like that. But Teofimo is a fighter, and he a real fighter. His daddy is messing up his career. Him falling into that ring today was an embarrassment to me. His sister clowning Bud, that was an embarrassment. And like, that little girl is lucky that Bud's folks wasn't around, because she could have got drugged today. They whole family could have got drugged. Y'all stop running up on these fighters. I don't care if your people is fighters. Y'all gonna have to stop learning to stop that. Regardless of the fact these people, they fight for a living. So when you invade their space, their job is to protect themselves.
And not only that, ma'am, you are a whole woman. Sit down somewhere.
And you know what? At this point in time, y'all gonna put yourself in a situation where we're gonna have to be equal opportunity. You get that close to that man and he feel like you finna do something to him. If he hit you, that's on you.
Right. Even if he muff you, he ain't even got to swing. If he
ain't got to swing. You got too close to him.
When stay out of folks' way.
Don't know. You girls, stop putting yourselves in men position. Because one of these men are going to treat you like the man you want to act like. And guess what, lady? I'm not coming to your defense. I'm not getting on here saying he shouldn't have put his hands on her. That's wrong. You hit him. If he hit you back, guess what, ma'am? You're on your own. I'm going to defend that man at that point because you out of pocket.
You way out of pocket.
And you lucky LT was nowhere near her brother, because you could have got your ass whopped on today. And I promise you, the footage that we would have saw, wasn't you running down on that girl's brother while she wasn't around, ma'am.
Find somebody else to play with. Find somebody else to play with. Is all I'm going to tell y'all.
Y'all are sick.
Stop playing with people. Flashy Boy 313 came back. He says Ryan needs the Austrian. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. He absolutely does. No, Jamal Branch, I'm sorry, say it again.
You know where he needs to go?
Where?
He needs to go to the home where he left. He needs to go to the home where he left. But see, that's what happened. When you get up and you be trying to loudmouth the boss, you start looking crazy when they kick you out. You need the help that you left. Those guys were giving you everything you need, and you slapped them in the face.
Who are you talking about, friend?
I'm talking about the Kane. I ain't talking about Deontay Wilder to y'all, because that's who y'all call Kane. I'm talking about the Kane.
Are you referring to Eddie Reynoso and Canelo?
Huh?
Are you referring to Eddie Reynoso and Canelo? Because they have the juice that's undetectable. Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay. Okay.
Pretty. But see, here goes my thing. I tell y'all all the time, they want you to cheat. They don't want you to get caught. Go where you know to go. You know what you're getting in the ring with? Do what you need to do. This is your job. Juicy J.
I am not an advocate for the juice.
When all else fails, Juicy J.
I'm not for the juice. Phenomenal Mexican said Ryan tried to play the victim post-fight. Of course he did. The humility that was shown. Oh my God. And this was the other thing that I did want to talk about, because I was a little nervous going into this fight. I felt like, Rolly didn't talk his normal Rolly, crap. But I do realize that Rolly and Ryan are cool. Okay, Rolly and Ryan are cool. So Rolly didn't talk the trash that he normally would talk to somebody else. And I was really in my mind thinking, I wonder is Rolly gonna go in here and lay down for Ryan, just because. And so I was conflicted with that. But I saw an interview where Rolly said, nobody's asking about my left hand. Everybody's just talking about Ryan's left hand. Ain't nobody asked about my left hand. What about my left hand? What if I catch him? And lo and behold, he caught him with a double left. That's what sat him down on his pockets. So again, I cannot say kudos enough to Rolly Romero for coming in focused, for coming in prepared, for coming in calm. He wasn't erratic. He learned from his fight with Tank, because the fight with Tank, he was successful early, and so he got overly aggressive. He didn't do any of that in this fight. And you know, I'm not saying that he's a world beater or anything like that, because you don't really have to be a world beater to beat somebody like Ryan. And the other thing that we didn't discuss is the fact that, you know, we're not supposed to discuss sparring, but it is widely known that Rolly basically dropped Ryan and got the better of him in sparring some 7 or 8 years ago. And there's a clip of Rolly saying that, you know, the only people that can beat Ryan are Gervonta Davis, him, and depression. So listen, kudos to Rolando Romero. Okay. I cannot say it enough. Kudos to him. He did what needed to be done. And he basically pitched a shutout. Baby, that somebody in this chat also said that Ryan Garcia is very timid and tender to the body, which I could not agree with more. TD Harden says, guess the Nedropeds. I guess he Nedropeds. Yeah, he needs the peds. He needs the PEDs in order to be a decent fighter. In order to be a decent fighter, he needs the juice. Yeah. So, what happens now, friend? Do they still make the rematch with Garcia and Haney? Because Garcia lost. Haney put up a decent performance in a comeback after a year off. And, you know, it wasn't the best performance. It was not. So has the rematch lost a little bit of zest? Who would you like to see Devin fight next?
You know, make Devin and Teofimo or something like that. The Larvis is gone off that though, friend. Ain't no seasoning on. You know how a kid come and lick off and then put it down. That's what happened. The kid then came and licked all the salt and put it on the table and walked away from it. I don't want to see it anymore. The lust is gone because now I know that the only reason that fight looked the way it looked because Ryan was on the juice. Let Dev fight Teofimo. Let Dev fight Rolly. I'm not sugarcoating nothing for nobody. Like Rolly deserves his shot at everybody. Whoever the Rolly picks because he upsets the card, let Rolly pick. Whatever Rolly want to do, I'm good with it. If Rolly want to fight Devin, I'm here for it. I don't want to see Ryan Garcia and Devin and Teofimo. Give me something, but don't give me Ryan and Devin and whatever Rolly want to do. As long as Rolly is happy, that's all I care about. And I don't mean just happy on the outside. I want Rolly to be happy all over because sometimes when I see Rolly, it's not giving happy young man how I think it should be. So I that's what I want for Rolly, just for Rolly to be happy. If he go back with his team, you done. You come back and you want some. Let's get active, Rolly. I'm here. Whatever.
I agree with you on Rolly. It seems like he has calmed down some, you know, and we do have to keep that in mind. These gentlemen are young. They were when we were first introduced to them. So they're growing up, they're maturing, and all that extra rah-rah they used to have. Sometimes they grow out of that. Go ahead, friend.
You know what? BJ made a good point earlier. We watched everybody age overnight in this fight on this card. All of them got old tonight. And like it's crazy because just a couple of years ago, these were the guys that we were looking forward to come through and make the fights. Tank got old in that Lamont Roach fight, and we watched Devin and Tio get old tonight. Ryan Garcia get old tonight. That all of them. Like I'm starting to wonder, like, what's next for all of them?
You know what? I won't say Ryan Garcia got old. I'll say Ryan Garcia got off the juice because he was never good to me. He was never that good to me. He had all the potential in the world, but he did not study his craft. He did not take it seriously. So he was never top tier to me. And tonight just showed it. To me, Rolly, I was shocked when he got the opportunity to fight for a belt because I didn't think he was ready for it. When he fought Barroso, it showed that he wasn't ready for it, in my opinion. So I didn't really think much of Rolly as far as being like a world champion. I knew he had superhuman power. You used to call him hand to chest. You used to say he ate cereal with the helmet on. All of those things. Okay. So at any given moment in the ring, if he catches you, you're probably going to be hurt or going to sleep. But as far as a top tier fighter, I didn't see him as that. Devin Haney, on the other hand, to me, this performance tonight was a mixture of two things. It was him being extremely cautious because he did not want a repeat of his last fight, and also ring rust. So I won't necessarily say he got old overnight. I need to see him in another fight to give my full assessment of him. And I need him back in the ring soon. I don't want him waiting for a fight in October with Ryan Garcia. I don't want that for him. It's May, June, July, August, September. He needs to be back in the ring in September. No later than September, in my opinion. And I don't care to see a fight with him and Ryan Garcia at this point. If you get beat by Rolly like that, if it happens, great. I know Devin probably wants his get back. I would too. So I get that. But I won't necessarily say they got old overnight. You saying that about Tank is a different story to me, only because Tank has been fighting since he was like 7 or 8 or something. And he is technically like 3-4 years older than these guys. So that could very well be true for him. I don't know. I still want to see that rematch with Lamont Roach. Marcus, thank you so much with the $5 super chat. He says these fighters need to get with the queens. You see the results. Rolly is the new 147-pound WBA regular champion. Tell him again.
You know what they try to say? They try to say that we don't know nothing about boxing, fam.
Yep, they do. They do. And that's another good point, Squabble House Boxing. It wasn't his first fight at 147. It was actually a catch weight of 144. And so again, he's gradually moving up, which to me is a smart thing for him to do. Yeah, okay. It's smart for him to gradually move up. I know a lot of people don't like catch weights and whatnot. If it's not a title fight, if it's not some huge fight, I don't mind a catch weight fight. Okay, I don't mind it at all. So him gradually moving up is another thing to consider. We always say, he too big, he outgrew the size. Whatever the case may be, your body has to get adjusted. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. I still want to see him with, I want to see him back in the ring soon, very soon. And I think if Ryan is serious about trying to box, he should get his ass back in the ring soon too. And if that's with each other, then that's just with each other. I would prefer them to knock ring rust off, fight another fight, and then fight each other, maybe at the end of the year. But I think they both need to get another fight in before they fight each other, if they want to be the best versions of themselves. That's my opinion. I don't know. Now, that was Fatal Fury NYC. We are going to briefly take it back to Fatal Fury London, because we did not get a chance to talk about Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Friend, I had been excited about this fight. I know a lot of Americans tried to shit on this fight, and they were like, we ain't really excited about this fight and blah, blah, blah. Tell me how you felt about it.
Me, I'm the American. I'm her. I'm the American. I don't feel no type of way. What do you want me to say?
Tell me how you felt about the fight.
A middleweight damn near got beat up by a welterweight. That's what I saw. I saw a middleweight get beat up basically by a welterweight.
You thought Conor Ben won?
I ain't gonna. It was a draw at best. I don't care for Conor Ben, but he's making me a fan. I like the mate chatter.
That's what I want to see, man. Right?
Absolutely. Let's go for it. I'm absolutely all for the juice off. You know me. If I know a fighter is on the juice, I'm expecting his equal to be his match. So I'm all for that. It was an excellent fight, minus all my hate. It was an excellent fight.
I'm just glad you're telling the truth about
Yeah,
that.
you know, they come here with unbiased opinion. You know, I gotta be me still. If I ain't me still, what's the point of watching this show?
So true.
So, excellent fight. So good, so tasty. I love the build up. Everything about it was great. Give it to me one more time. Chris Eubanks. I don't care if you can't make the weight no more. Get your ass down to the weight.
Chris died trying to make that weight.
If he dies, he dies. Make it again. I need it. I must have it. It was excellent. I was not expecting that card to be the way it was. The card we got last weekend was more exciting than this card.
It was. It
was a great night of fights. I love that for them. Their dads were there. They were being a little too friendly with each other. Once I hate you forever. There is no going back on it. I'm not hugging you. I don't want to speak to you. If my kid see you, my kid ain't gonna speak to you. They were banking on that boy's daddy not to show up. When he showed up, that changed the spirit of the game. It messed the mentality up. Great for them. It was a great card. Anthony Yard, like everybody, nobody was a disappointment on that card. I thought Anthony had left Tunde, and then Tunde was still there, and he showed up and he did his thing, though, friend. I said, okay, bye-bye, get your stuff out there. He did. And like, it's just what it was. Like, the whole card was fantastic. Tonight's card does not. They can't even
match up.
Yeah, they can't stand on the.
It didn't match up at all. That London fight was remarkable. They packed that stadium out. This, mind you, it was not a title fight. This was just a bad blood generation after second generation of bad blood fight. I loved the buildup. I still don't know what to believe. I still don't know if a senior, given all of his negative commentary leading up to the fight, was a part of the shenanigans, or if those were his sincere feelings. I don't know. And at this point, I don't care. I just know that it made for a tremendous moment when he stepped his toe out of that car when they pulled up to the venue, and he got out that car with that nice leather jacket with the Coming to America fur around the collar. I said, is that Jaffe Joffer? Where did he get this coat from? And then I started Googling, and listen, men are not like women. You know how women act like they can't be seen twice in an outfit, or they can't be photographed twice. And he been having that coat. I've seen several pictures of him in that coat. He likes that coat. I think that might be his favorite coat. It might be his lucky coat. I don't know. But when he put his toe out that car with that coat on, I said, "See ya! See ya!" I was so excited, like I knew them, y'all. I was so happy. I got a little misty eyed. I said, he came, because I was nervous when Chris was in the press conference and he was like, you want to talk about, what did he say? Pain. Pain is my brother being buried in the sand in Dubai. Pain is my father not talking to me for months. I felt that down off in my soul. I was like, damn, that do hurt. I know they got the hurt. So when his daddy opened that door and the nostrils was looking at me, I said, yes, senior. You better show up for your boy. It was wonderful. The theatrics were perfect. And do you know what made it even more exciting? When they showed Conor being watching them pull up and the disdain and disgust that he had on his face when he realized Senior was there. And then he heard the crowd go crazy. It was, man, that was some good TV. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That was some good TV. I don't know why the Americans be hating. I saw a lot of hate going on. A lot of hate. That was a great boxing moment. Years from now, y'all need to go back and watch that and get all the feels, because that was some good theatrical boxing moment. That was a good theatrical boxing moment. Anyway, Conor did his very BESS. You know, he had Chris a little lumped up around the eye area, around the jaw area. Conor looked like he could go another 12 rounds if he needed to the next day. But he just didn't have nothing for Chris. He couldn't hurt Chris. He wobbled him, but he couldn't hurt him, and he couldn't get out the way. Okay. But Conor being off the eggs looked much better than Ryan being off his juice. So I'm with Man Ray. I would love to see the battle of the juicers, and they can juice themselves to the gills, and may the best man win. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to see Chris Eubanks Jr. try to shrink himself back down, because it was scary. And Senior obviously is not a fan of it. So I don't know if I don't want to see that again with him at 160. Was it 160? Yeah, I don't want to see that again. Y'all just too big. Yeah, your sizes just don't match up. You gave us one. That was good enough. We don't have to see that again. But yeah, I would definitely like to see, if I'm trying to figure out who Ryan's next opponent is, I say let him juice, let Chris juice, and let them go. Not Chris, Conor juice, because Conor was at the fight tonight. He wants to fight with Ryan. And I think it's perfect. Both of them lost. So two loser juicers can see each other. I like it. I like it. Anyway, so imagine, guys, it's Friday. We have 2 more cards this weekend. We have tomorrow's card with my friend's favorite fighter, Canelo Alvarez, going against the Cuban William Skull. They had their weigh-ins and face-offs today. William Skull looks ripped. He looks ripped. Do you give him any chance against Canelo, friend?
I mean,
I know I shouldn't even be asking you this.
It's boxing. You're here for the unbiased commentary. It's boxing. Anything can happen. Best of luck to Mr. Skull.
That's all you got for him?
Yeah, you didn't get a chance in cold hell against Kane. Just what that is, you know what I'm saying? But I got to give unbiased commentary. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That young man.
Okay. Well, I think William Skull is going to give Canelo a better fight than most people are thinking. I still have Canelo winning the fight, because they definitely, especially given what happened tonight, the big mega fight that they thought they were going to have with Haney and Garcia is probably in question now. So they cannot have their September fight with Bud and Canelo with any question marks. So before tonight, I would have given William Skull maybe a 35% chance. Now I'm giving him probably a 20% chance for the upset. But you know, it's boxing. Who knew Rolly Romero was going to do what he did tonight to Ryan Garcia? And Canelo didn't look good to me on the scale. He didn't look in shape to me like he normally does, for whatever reason. So I think that's going to be kind of interesting to see. Thank you, TD Hart. He says, wow, the Duck Emperor is fighting tomorrow. TD, I did want to ask your opinion, because there's an undercard fight that I am extremely extremely excited to see on that card tomorrow. And it happens to be between the two brothers from the continent of Africa. Did you see the press conference with F.A. Ajagba and Martin Bacoli? Did you see them get into it?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Who you got, friend?
I'm Bacoli by stoppage. I'm not big on F.A. Ajagba at all. I think F.A. Ajagba is the equivalent of that man that walked out of the ring when he's getting ready to fight Deontay Wilder.
Okay, thank you, man. Ray. He says it's the Congo versus Nigeria. Baby, that's going to be a good fight for as long as it lasts, in my opinion. Now, do keep in mind, Bacoli just got stopped by Joseph Parker from a smashing shot to the top of his head. So I don't know if he is fully recovered from that because his leg did a mean stanky leg. So I don't know if he's fully recovered from that to be going right back into the ring with somebody that punches hard. Like F.A., he ain't the BESS, but he got a mean one too. So I think that's going to be a very interesting fight, strictly because they talk some good-ish during that last press conference. I, too, am going with Martin Bacoli. I just think F.A. going to get caught, and that's going to be the end. I think he's going to get caught, and he's going to catch him bad because he has very fast hands for a big man. So I got Martin Bacoli in that fight, and then on Sunday, my guy has come from Japan because y'all been sending for him. You know how people say, don't send for me. Y'all sent for old Monster. So Monster that came on to the U.S. He gonna be in Vegas on Sunday. He's fighting a Mexican guy that I think he's from San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken. He's from Texas. Friend, who you got in that fight?
I'm going anyway, Fern.
I'm most certainly going with anyway.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. I'm most certainly going with anyway. And he also has a fight scheduled after this one. I don't know when people started making double fights and whatnot, or making other fights when they have one pending. But he is also silencing his other critics, and he's fighting MJ back in Japan after this. So, yeah, I do believe that Monster will be putting on a show here in the good old US of A, because people question why he only fights in Japan and blah, 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 as if the majority of the big stars in the United States don't fight in the United States. Like, y'all kill me being so hypocritical. Anyway, he has heard y'all, and he is here. And so I expect him to show out. I also, friend, I saw our good friend, what is my baby? What is his name? What is that baby's name? Shoo. Friend, I almost didn't recognize Shoo. Shoo done put on, Shoo need to get up out of 126. He too big. Shoo, you too big for 126, baby. I saw you tonight and your face was so round. Shoo. This is my first time really paying attention to him outside of when he fight. Because when he fight, when we saw him, he's a small gentleman. But I had not seen him when he is not fighting. Baby, Shoo big in the face. And it might have been a camera, but I don't think so. He might need to move on up to 130. Because, yeah. Yeah. Anywho, who do you have in the, did you give your prediction for the Monster in a fight?
Anyway, there's no doubt in that.
Also, what's up, Tay? Also, we have another championship fight on that card. We have the other 126-pounder that Fulton is asking Shoo why he ain't calling out. Our guy, Espinoza, tall self. Is Espinosa also cheating, friend? Because he likes 6'11".
Okay. No, what did y'all tell me? What did y'all tell me? Some people just skinny like that. Let's go with it.
Oh, that's what we're going with now?
I'm on y'all side on that one. Let's just go.
So I don't ever have to hear you talk about Fundora anymore? Huh? I can't hear you.
He's a cheater. His sister too.
Okay, whatever. You just said.
I said what y'all said. That don't mean I'm agree with y'all.
Okay, listen, we almost at 2 hours. We finna get up off of here. But I just looked up there. I was like, oh Lord. I do want to ask you one last thing before we get out of here, because when we come on here Sunday, we're gonna have to talk about two different cards. Well, Sunday we're gonna be watching the fight with y'all. How do you feel about them making an abrupt U-turn, giving Xander Zayas the hand, and Fundora and Tim Tszyu too is upon us?
I think that PBC Top Rank deal went under the water. That's what I thought. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. I absolutely think that deal went under the water.
I thought they were supposed to be working together.
Yeah. They gonna work together just like me and Clarissa gonna work together on something.
All right, then. Go ahead and close us out. Go ahead, right on ahead.
Thank y'all for coming through. All 700 and something of y'all that was in and out through here. Thank y'all. Hope you enjoyed the content. This is us all the time. If you're new here and don't watch this channel, this is what we do. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 100K by tomorrow. It's 100K in here right now. So all of y'all just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we'll be at 100K tomorrow. So we'll be back on Sunday. We may or may not have a guest. I'm working on it. I see all my nephews and nieces in the house. Shout out to y'all. We'll be back on Sunday, 7:30, unless we have to come on earlier because we got a guest. Either way, we'll be back with y'all on Sunday. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all had a good time, because we did.
What she said, turn your notifications on. That's what we really want y'all to do. Turn on your notifications. We'll definitely be back on Sunday because it's a lot that we're going to have to cover. We may have a guest, so we might pop on a little bit early, but make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We know that there were a lot of people on tonight giving their post-fight commentary,
but y'all all in here with us. They were all in her over her. Y'all
decided to come over here and kick it with the queens, and we appreciate it so much. Do us a favor, if you haven't already, on your way out, hit that like button for your girls. And y'all, we are at 4.89. It would sure please us and bless my spirit if we could go and hit that 5K real soon. Okay, we appreciate y'all. Share the episode. Tell your friends. It's some girls, they really know their boxing talk. They have a nice little Texas twang, and they kind of cute a little bit. Go ahead and tell the folks. Share the episode, and we'll see y'all on Sunday. Okay, thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace.